Hi everyone, it's Jennifer Mind's Eye. We're gonna go ahead and do the second video. Let me just adjust myself right here. My headband just has a mind of its own today. Hi Jesus. Alrighty. So right now we are doing a BFB. It is the open discussion about the occult and magicians and the occult and witchcraft, stuff like that. But we're gonna be focusing on the FBI and the Department of Justice on how they're updating us about the DC pipe bomber and how does that relate to witchcraft? How does that relate to obscurities? How does that relate to like we don't know what it is until it's in our face? Now, being a magician, I'm someone who is what they call after a severe injury. I am what's called all faults open. I have tested multiple times. I am not intoxicated. I don't drink. I don't do drugs. I don't do anything. So I'm all open, and then I settle back down in my body. Someone like could have been like in the military. They could have been or anything like that, and they get jostled after like a blast effect. So when this happened, when I got injured, I settled back in. Like I found I could do things. Like all of a sudden, it was like, oh my god, all my gifts came out all of a sudden after the accident when I had that. And when all my gifts came out, because some people had asked questions like, how do you become a magician? So basically, after like sometimes and like an injury, sometimes it's hereditary. It's very like lore, Lore. But when I look at it and I go, I had already been really intuitive. I had already been really instinctive. I had already been a little bit psychic prior to the accident to where I go, here it is. So all of a sudden I'm settled back in because I had severe head injury. I had severe infection and with broken ribs. And when I looked and all of a sudden I was like, no, I like raised my hand and I could see them blink. I could actually see like reactions. It was that mind body connect to where people could do. So that's where you have to be really careful. When you know you're really gifted and you know that you can do telepathy, you can do telekinesis, and you could actually work magic. So there's a fine line of like impedance and impedance laws to like all these type of things. So me being a magician, like I can literally like count how many numbers and say, okay, this type of energy, this many gifts, this many of everything. It's highly like complicated, down to the point where it's like a savant, but not a savant. Like you really have to be psychic down to almost a millisecond. So I'm always talking with like military and law enforcement, every which way form, even on the low. On the low, the true low is like my mouth is shut and then they can turn on their equipment and they can hear me talking back and forth with them, law enforcement. Easy. So I have been with them since I was about, with at least the Connecticut State Police and stuff like that, a little bit since I was about 6 years old. And when they did that, I was like, it's got to be my twin brother. So when I do those, he's putting words in my mouth. Families share gifts. They really do. So when I'm looking at this and the DC pipe bomber, Jennifer, because you wanted to be on the show today, he speaks New England. He hasn't quite gotten all of it. She speaks straight out Irish. Yep, my real dialect where I was originally born in Weissel in Ireland came out. And that's how we knew that magicians and other people could do voiceovers. And we started studying all these things. What do we need to know about the pipe bomber? So you don't know what it is until you face. It is like a type of masking effect. He is trolling himself. He's got a mask on. I don't know why I see a guitar. I see a guitar, music, notes, treble clef. Yep, there's something about a treble clef. He will be nasty and he might do something, so you always gotta be wary. He's married. There's something about being married. So when you are a magician, you are married. Like married. So then you go, who's your partner? So then you go, is it male or female? They are not. They are not. Right now, I work alone for the most part because my partner is not up and going. She is not doing well. So they usually do. So that's what happens, and they do remember their past lives, but coming back to it, the Nine of Wands in reverse, something like it's a dud. What he did was a dud. So when I see this, I'm like, is this like the popcorn in movies, a dud? Because I saw milk duds as a psychic. So then I look at it, my runs. I mean, this guy actually caused a huge struggle. You can't even do this. It's like highly counterintuitive, highly. But then, like afterwards, you go, is it locked up? Absolutely. People would be locked up and unable to speak after what he did. Normal, because it's energy. Energy cannot be created or destroyed, only transferred and transmuted. So when you actually look at it and it goes this, why does it take so long? They're asking me questions. Why did it take so long for you to come out and talk about it? I was actually locked. So I grew up in an area where the affiliates were like really hard. I grew up around knowing about the mafia and the mob and all these things, to where when I looked at it and I said, it became like normal daily life. You just weren't to know, like nobody was doing anything. That's why I tell them, you're pushing the ante with me. Judgment. They're like, do you have judgment? I do. I really don't talk about it because I don't need to, because it's already in the news. They already did Long Island. So when they see this and you see the four cups, apathy. They're just not contented. Well, what did they do? Just boil it right out down to simplicity. They don't need a magician to draw it right out. You see this, you see the three of pentacles. There's something about like working together. I do see like a wave. Like, why do I see Spotify? So then when I see this, I said, I swear to God, nobody's putting words in my mouth anymore, because you could tell the difference. The Wheel of Fortune, he didn't complete something, that DC bomber. He did not complete something. When you see this and you see the Six of Pentacles in reverse, no deal on the table. There's like no deal. When you see this and you see the Five of Pentacles, money, like he did not get paid. This guy did not get paid. When you see this and you see the Five of Cups in reverse, but he's happy, like he's contented. When you see this and you see the Nine of Wands, I mean, he's looking over his shoulder, that's for sure. He's got some anxiety. He's not sure about this. So, he goes to Seven of Wands. It's not guarded. Something's not guarded with it. Everyone's like, oh my God. Oh my God. Are you sure you're not picking apart? I don't go in on people. I really don't. Some people do that and you can actually tell the difference. So I'll show you. When some people actually like have an in on them, they go like this and they actually turn blue in the face, and they will start having like a nosebleed, start drooling, and then they have like a hard time breathing. And then all of a sudden you can see it in their fingertips. And then all of a sudden afterwards, sometimes you see clubbing. Like clubbing is actually like that round shape in the fingernail from lack of oxygen, or oxygen trapping too. It really is odd, 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 odd. Now with this DC bomber, you go, there's a really like unhappy family talking about this. There's something witchy about him. There really is something witchy about him. It's occulted to the degree, I would say, a second to the third to the fourth degree, meaning if you do like physics, it's linear magic. Line of Perthy goes to where people will get dinged in the head and they'll see like odd subjects and odd topics, and they're talking like they're out of their mind. Yep, they got dinged in the head. And when you do this and you go strength, you have to say, gotta listen, gotta listen. There it is. You go, it was like toxic feminine energy. So he used feminine energy. He used more high priestess. I'm seeing that he used he tried to use sorcery. I'm seeing it a little bit. He tried to to do quite a bit. Like, he could not boil it back down to witch. To, like, first regular coven. But I'm not seeing it. I'm not, like, seeing it. It's not obscured. So for me, when I'm looking at if it's obscured, occulted, or anything like that, it's usually black, it's usually gray, or like white opaque. Now, when I see him, I'm like, I mean, he's like, luck be a lady tonight. When he's walking down the street right now, they're showing off Fox News with his grocery bag. Just like candy and hunky dory. Like nothing in the world is going on. He's just going about. He thought he did it right. He doesn't know his craft. Down to his macaroni and cheese. I couldn't even believe somebody said that. I couldn't even. Oh my god, that's awful. But he couldn't even do it. And that's where you just sit. You just, all the witches go, just sit. Just sit, what happens? Because he didn't do it right. He also used a type of ordinance that's so odd. I can't even say it. I literally can't even say it. Just watch the roads. Just watch the roads in the cement. You can't even believe it. So when you go to this and you go to the Page of Pentacles in reverse, there's no paper. I do see, like, he was actually really nasty. Like, I don't know why I'm seeing crumbling cement. Crumbling cement. Oh my god, it is awful. I actually see, like, dental work, like cement in his teeth. Two of Wands, he's just sitting there. He's just waiting. We'll leave it as that. So when it's occulted like this and investigators are trying to figure it out and everyone is, that they can't figure it out, I see the number 8. There's something about lion. I can't even say that. Here it is. Let's try another one. I had to stop for a second and like regain my thoughts. So when you're going and you're looking as a psychic towards the occult, you gotta listen intuitively and instinctively really hard. You gotta keep your feet planted. And those who might do like a divination board, some might have done a Ouija, some that you just have to know. You gotta clear and cleanse and keep yourself in reality. Now with this, there's something of like something coming near us as a universal collective, as this is coming out into the news. There's something a little bit deceitful. It is a little bit hostage and hostile, but it's really like known. It's about healing, actually. See, when you see this and you see the Son of Cups, you can't even see it coming at all. It really was like a young offer, because it actually went down to like insurances. So when you see this, and this card fell on the ground, we'll look at it later. The Five of Swords in reverse, it means that there was like no takeaway. There was no like anything, but there really was an equal give and take. Equal give and take. It was a blessing, an absolute blessing. So when I see this Nine of Wands comes out again, hyper-vigilant. Hyper-vigilant. When you see this, there's a separation, and it's not liked. Not liked at all. So let's look at the card that fell. It's the Son of Pentacles. It has to do with like a young child. Let me hold this a little bit better. When you look at this, you see the Son of Pentacles. It has to do with a young child. I'm seeing this young child, and when I see this young child, it like stoic. I'd have to say I would be proud of that young man. Absolutely proud of that young man on what he had said to someone with a little bit more authority. Now, when you sit and you do this, you go like this. You see fish, it came out backwards. There's no like proposition on the table. But when you see this, you see dolphin again. There's no play. And then when you see lizard in reverse, you have to say, watch the, like, I don't know why, watch the arachnids. Watch the animal behavior, the snakes, the reptiles. It's odd. I'm asking, like, to show me the energy to show me. What do we need to know about our animals? More hiding than usual. I see this. This is something about taxing, like difficult work. And then this has been coming out. This is like, this card is usually saying like divine splendor. It's usually about like knowing, all knowing. And then it goes right to the hawk. This energy is a hawk. It's like a flight over to like high over bay. High over bay. Now, when I'm looking at it, when it comes down to magicians, and you're trying to listen to occult, we were talking about ceiling effect and ceiling effect coming right down. And when we look at it and we see this, and you say, you know, when it comes down to like witch and stuff like that, I would have to say, with this cold moon and the way that the current events are playing out and towards us, is like a real hard be careful, just like relax. And you're probably going to have a bad day, and you're probably going to be like nasty, and you're probably going to be nasty to the highest point. But when it comes down to the highest point, you can't even sue anyone. You really can't, because they all freaked out. Like everyone in every state like saw something over the last 2 years, and they're like, oh my God, what is this going on? Now, with that being said, as I'm looking at it, you know, we'll talk about Brian Marsh. So we had a disappearance of Anna. Okay. All you need to know is that it has to do with appearances in society and keeping up with the Joneses to a loss. And there's a little bit of dishonesty. That's all. That's all that it really wants to show. That's it. Like, that's it. Don't talk about anything else. Let the court handle that. Now, as I'm looking at this, what we need to know is this. Like it like things come in, like they're coming right back. The energy's like back to the DC bomber, down to the cult and everything. I wouldn't have to sit and stand by. I would wait until next week. You almost have to measure, like really, really hard. Really hard. Oh lordy. So as I pull it down more, and I'm like, oh my God. You see it? This is how the energy is. I am so sensitive to full moon energy. I just can't get it together to a degree. All right, Wheel of Fortune. There is a luck with him. Two of Pentacles. Money, again, about balance. Watch how everyone is walking. When you see this, you see the Chariot. It's like it's a type of rush. A rush. when you see this and you see the full, reckless, reckless. He was grandiose, grandiose. Let's see, there's a pause. So here I am. I'm getting the symptoms. I'm going like a pitter out. The energy is like, let's try the gold tarot. There's something out here that's highly occulted. I was asking the energy, like, where else? So we got the DC bomber, and then we have something out here with our state forests and disappearances in our state forest here in Connecticut. Can't make it up. Cannot make it up. Winds of energy, winds of change, and be it known, be it known. I have to say, anyone who's doing any type of like ritual, like full moon ritual tonight, I would keep it light and easy because you already got hard, heavy energy. It's pentacle energy. It is so like always remember like with physics that it is easy to have something like escalate harder. So if you wanted something to work and not like and still get the same results, you don't have to slam it. You know what I mean? So I went to Pentacle on Pentacle. I would actually like timing is like essence. I would say just a normal like reed diffuser would be like something because there's something about loss of inheritance when they do that. When you talk about full moon and you talk about everything that's going on, and you go to do your full moon ritual, you're getting ready for Yule. That you go, the Six of Wands. There's no fire. There's no spark. There's like a lack of spark in the air. So when you actually think of like someone who works with firefighters, there's no spark in the air. So when you see Knight of Pentacles in reverse, you go, there was no paper. So when you see the Two of Wands, like you can't foresee it. And you say, I don't remember this. And then you go, there's a type of like getting together and a celebrating. I see 4 weddings and a funeral is like movies. Odd. When you see this and you see the sun, happy. Like look at all the options here. You go, where is this going? Where is this going? All right, strikes are lawful and needed. For money, loss of money. I feel like they put money on the line and they lost it so hard. They did an old gather and pull. Old gather and pull. When you did this and you do the 10 of Wands, I'd have to say there's quite the burden. And it really is like you can look up these type of things. Like if you're studying criminology, you're studying law enforcement and military. These are old terms that they used. Reckless. What do we need to know about reckless? It's like a type of going for it. But you gotta know. So when you do this and you go, no attunement, like inner ears, like the crystals, if anyone's on PTOT speech, the crystals in the ears, balance. When you see this and you go to the like no unfulfilled wishes, to actually like vertigo. Something about them in vertigo. And then when you look at it, you go like hostage, hostile, like deceitful to healing. And everyone goes, what? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? It's odd. It's odd. Let's look through the crystal quartz and then we'll look through the runes. There's something about the trees. There's something about wood. There's something about still with a DC bomber to what we have out here in Connecticut and probably multiple states about odd disappearances. I'm seeing the roads. I'm seeing the cement. I'm seeing people's knees. I'm seeing dogs. I'm seeing ants and butterflies. Something about a summer rain. And then like contented. Okay. Like everything was like down to pH. Like they're really good about this. So the runes, like water, lagu, flow, living, like 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 going about, writing about, Rido, like a known place of love, like they love going there. You see heritage, culture, estate. More heritage though. All right. Warrior. Something about background. Birth, like Burkana, birch. Like Hera, collecting, gathering. Too solid. He cemented himself. It backfired, and he cemented himself. And that's all you need to know. Sometimes they do that, especially when they don't know what they're doing in the chemical compositions. So when you go in and you start like going into Wicca or any type of these religions, any type of like practicing, like just play safe, practice safe. Because, when we look at it and we go, yeah, it comes to it, like you don't want to put basil with nutmeg and burn it. Because you're going to have gunk in your eyes. Some people have done it to get the job done. But they got it done, and that's all you need to know. So, sometimes they like being reckless. And that's fine. So are they really practicing their religion? Others who actually practice safe, I was like, I don't need to do burn magic every day. I don't need to do clearing, cleansing, and attuning every day. If I'm doing it every day or even once a month, there's something wrong in the area. So when I actually go for it and I go, where we were staying, we literally had to do it like once a week. We had to burn once a week, like smudging and getting negative energy out. It was so bad. Now, when we look at this and we go, there's something to it. You can use sage, you can use dragon blood's resin incense, whatever you're feeling led to. You go, that's exactly what you need. Now, when you do it and you go, it's just, you don't even have to say anything because you already thought it. You already connected to that energy upon a thought. So when it comes down to the occult and they say it's already been done here it's clear. When it goes down to witchcraft, no, that's what we were talking about. I would watch like your moon water, it'd be overcharged, supercharged. Crystals, I would watch it too. You can do it though. Just know that the next time you use them, could be a little bit more frayed out. Could be more frayed out. So that's really all I have to say. It really was like just kind of catching up because we haven't done B&B in a long time. But with that being said, leave a like, a comment, a share. It's greatly appreciated. Classes and readings through Linktree, donations and tips through Linktree is greatly appreciated. And we'll talk to you soon.